guys, I have got some very interesting information. The FDA is increasingly approving medications without any conclusive proof that they even work. Okay, so listen to this. So Nuplazid, an FDA fast-tracked approved drug for hallucinations and delusions associated with Parkinson's disease, failed 2 clinical trials. In a third trial, under a revised standard for measuring its effect, it showed minimal benefit. It went on the market in 2016 with a price tag of $24,000 a year. Oh. At the end of March 2018, there had been 6,800 reports of adverse events for patients on the medication, including 887 deaths. Overall, more patients died or had serious side effects on Nuplazid than after receiving no treatment. Holy cow. So here's another one. So patients on Uloric, which if you watched my other video, I did reference this, but just really quickly. That's why I'm reading, so I can just really quickly tell you this. Patients on Uloric, a gout drug, suffered more heart attacks, strokes, and heart failure in 2 out of 3 trials than did their counterparts on a standard medication, allopurinol, or no medication at all. Uloric's manufacturer reported that patients on the drug were 34% more likely to die from heart disease than people taking an alternative gout medication. So the FDA is increasingly approving expensive drugs despite having little information about the side effects and if they cure or curb a disease or the disease process. As well, some have dangerous outcomes. The FDA reviews and approves medications faster than any other regulatory body in the world. And many countries are rejecting the very drugs that the FDA is approving. For instance, Follitin, which treats peripheral T-cell lymphoma by shrinking the tumor, but it hasn't shown that it extends life, cost more than $92,000 for a 7-week course of treatment. The FDA has forgotten its public health origins and is becoming more industry-driven. This statement is supported by a former Health and Human Services official, Michael Carome. This is what he says: instead of a regulator and a regulated industry, we now have a partnership. The FDA approved 46 novel drugs. This was in 2017. It's the most in at least 15 years. At the same time, it's rejecting fewer medications. In 2017, the FDA only denied 19.7% of all applications for new drugs, biologics, and efficacy supplements. The FDA also increasingly allows drug makers to claim success in trials based on proxy measurements, such as tumor shrinkage, instead of clinical outcomes like survival rates or cures. In return for accelerated approvals, drug companies commit to post-marketing studies. This can take up to 10 years or longer to complete. This leaves both patients and providers without proper guidance in relation to safety and benefit, especially if only a single trial is used for approval. Due to the unmet need, providers and patients alike are eager to accept more uncertainty. The FDA's growing emphasis on speed has been urged by both patient advocacy groups and industry. So here's a little history. After the thalidomide debacle in the 60s, the FDA was entrusted to ensure that the drugs going on the market were both safe and effective based on substantial evidence from multiple trials. First, determining the safe dosage. Second, assessing the drug's efficacy and side effects, and monitoring for safety. An FDA team of in-house reviewers is then assigned to analyze the results and decide whether the agency should approve the drug. Patients and insurance companies are paying thousands of dollars per treatment, and it's going into the drug manufacturer's pocket. Moreover, the FDA's rapid approvals escalates. Furthermore, if the medication is designated as a treatment for a rare disease or serves a neglected population, the FDA hands out incentives worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In the 70s, the FDA's responsibilities expanded, leading to the Prescription Drug User Fee Act in 1992. This established industry fees to fund the FDA staff's salaries. This is when it all turned from public health driven to more of a focus on industry. In 2017, pharma was paying 75% or $905 million of the agency's scientific budgets for branded and generic drugs. Oh my gosh. This information blew my mind. Okay, so until next time, bye. I think it's time for bed. It got so dark all of a sudden.